My throat, for some reason, I've woke up like I've got popcorn lungs. I woke up like I've smoked. I've not even smoked. It was so humid in my room last night. But that's besides the point. Let's get on to the video. Today we're doing a video essay about the art of being a deep person. But I don't know if this is going to be the length of a video essay because, like I said, I don't have much time to record this. But I want to kind of get the points, out there. So that way we can talk about it. So let's talk about the art of being a deep person. Okay, what does it mean to be a deep person? What does it mean to be a deep person? It means to feel feelings on a level that isn't surface level. It's to feel things very deeply, that you have deep reactions and you have deep, responses to a display of affection, display of emotion presented towards you. For example, I get angry at someone and we have an argument. Their display of being a deep person can be shown through their emotions, not necessarily in that moment as well, because some people like to be nonchalant in this era, but their display of emotion after said event has happened. It means to be a deep person with your reactions, your responses to other people's actions. Are you feeling it so deeply that it's making you cry? Are you feeling it so deeply that you feel so angry and it's boiling in your stomach? Are you feeling so happy, for example, that you're beaming and you really are just enjoying life for what it is? And there's no scale or measurement, by the way, for how it is to be a deep person. I just think that I'm talking about the art of being deep because there is this rise, like I said, of being nonchalant. Ew. Ew. I just like, you know what it is? I don't know why men are trying to force it on us and trying to like wrap it around our necks. I don't want a nonchalant person to be with. That is point blank, period. I do not want that. I don't want you to be quiet all the time. Like, I don't want you to have no substance to you. I don't want you to be trying to look so swag, but you have no mental capacity, you don't have any emotional intelligence. It doesn't make sense. But, anyways, like I said, what it means to be a deep person isn't necessarily on a measurable scale. It's through your reactions, through your responses to anything in the world, and how you go on a day to day basis to experience life. Having deep emotions can affect you in both a negative and a positive way. Trust me, I know that from experience. And I think also being a deep person also is heavily linked with being an empath. But I don't necessarily think that every person that feels deeply is an empath. I think it just depends on the person. I'm not going to rule everyone out, but it is common usually that a deep person is an empath, but I don't necessarily think that when someone feels that deeply, sometimes that they're really being empathetic. I think they're acknowledging the feeling, but they're not choosing to act on it. I think empathy isn't just always the feeling, it's also acting on it too. So that's just another point out there. It's another point I've got to say. Having deep feelings can be both in a negative way and a positive way. And it's not necessarily also how you feel about things externally, it's about internal feelings as too. Feeling deeply means that when you have a moment of sadness, or when you have a period where you have a lot of doubts, you have a lot of tribulations, you feel it so deeply and it consumes your mind. When you have a feeling, you then have a thought. And when you have a thought, you then have so many thoughts that it creates a belief. And so many beliefs and thoughts and insecurities are passed through your mind when you're feeling so deeply about a sad situation, because you're thinking of it to every single extreme. I think it can be called overthinking, which is true. It is overthinking. You're overthinking because you're feeling so deeply about a situation that your mind is running to every single, you know, circumstance you can think of, to think of every single example why life is bad, why this is bad, this, that, and the other. This, like I said, it's the art of being a deep person, is the same way you enjoy life so much, the same way that you can hate life at points. It's just the polarizing ends of being a deep person. I think that having strong feelings and having strong emotions and reactions and responses to things can also affect you negatively. But it's not to say that you should diminish those parts of yourself. It's to say that you have to find more ways to cope with things, okay? It's a room for growth. It's a starting step for change sometimes. If you feel so discontented and you feel so deeply that you're so discontented with a certain area of your life, that this is a starting step for you to grow and for you to change, in my opinion. I think that also when I feel sadness so deeply, it's a sign for me to feel my emotions instead of repressing. I think feeling deeply about a negative emotion can help you feel it through your body so your body lets it go. This year, I learned about somatic exercises. It's a form of, I don't know, I don't know what to call it. It's a form of a healing movement, let's say, and it's a form of healing actions that can help your body feel emotions. It can help your nervous system recenter and feel safe, because your nervous system is also a core being to why you feel the way you feel and why your then body responds to the way that you feel. You feel anxious, your heart palpitates, you feel all these type of ways, and your body will respond correspondingly. Your body will correspond with that feeling. A way to feel the feeling, to let it go. I think it's better sometimes to feel it in the moment as opposed to repressing it and then dealing with it later and it subsiding and it stacking up. It's not to say that I've not been through experiences where I've repressed just because I feel deeply about things, but it's to say that it can be a good thing, and you shouldn't always paint it out as you being so sensitive or you being so emotional as a bad thing, because you're actually feeling the feeling at the time. It's okay. Like, do you know how many times like I got ridiculed for being so emotional, but it's good because I actually feel how I feel in that moment and I let it out. I express to that person, or I express to myself that I do not feel good about the situation, and I let it out. And like I said, it also highlights to where you can control your emotions in certain aspects. Just because you're deep doesn't mean you're out of control of your emotions. Being deep gives you actually more insight into how you're feeling and how there's areas that maybe you need to work on, and areas that because I'll happily admit, and you know, I'll admit as a part of my, transparency to all of you, that I obviously, like I said, feel things deeply. And for a period of my life, I felt anger so deeply. And I wasn't a violent person, like beating people up, but I felt such anger that I'd take it out on myself, and I broke like two of my phones. That's me being transparent. And it's not always to highlight as well that it's good with the actions and responses and everything that a deep person does. It's just highlighting that in a way they do feel their emotions, they do actually feel in the moment, and to preach that obviously it's good to feel things in the moment as opposed to repressing. But as a deep person, necessarily when you feel negative emotions deeply too, you shouldn't always take that as a bad thing. And that's taking it for any person who feels that they're quite deep in thoughts and feelings and emotions and reactions and responses. Don't always take yourself in the bad way. Don't always look at yourself in a dark way. You're not an evil person, you're not a bad person. You're feeling emotions, okay? You're feeling things. You're feeling thoughts. You're not in charge of these thoughts. These thoughts are going to run no matter what, okay? This is not you. Your thoughts are not you. So do not think that. Do not get caught in that warp, because being deep and feeling negatively can also lead you into a warp where you're just blaming yourself constantly and you feel shame and guilt so severely. And I feel like I broke that cycle through religion, through shame and guilt that I used to feel every day about things. I think about something I'd done 6 years ago, because it's carrying me and I'm feeling so deeply about it constantly. I'm feeling so much shame, and I feel like religion helped teach me that shame and guilt is not from God, and that I shouldn't connect my feelings like that. I just need to forgive, accept, let go, and repent. If you can't do any of them four things with that feeling, then it shouldn't be with you. I keep mentioning, the same way you feel so deeply with negative emotions, you feel like that with positive emotions too. Life is worth living. It's a song and a sound that resonated with me so much on the day that it came out, because I have so many moments in my day-to-day life where I'll take the smallest thing and I'll just be like, damn. And it's not just because I'm a deep person again, it's also because my perspective on things sometimes. But to feel deeply with the perspective that I have, enjoy it a lot. I enjoy, having them moments where I'm just like, damn, like I'm literally sat here right now. I've got the sunset in the back, and I'm just watching it as I'm recording. I'm watching people go past. I enjoy people watching, and I'm just like, wow, nothing could top this right now. I'm good. I'm literally vibing, and like I said, it's not necessary just got down just to the soul root of you being a deep person for you to enjoy moments like that. But whatever it is that you do enjoy, you do experience, you'll be able to really just truly nourish in that experience and really truly enjoy it and be happy with it and be content with it. And that is so beautiful too. The art of being a deep person can really just help you see so many different walks of life, and can really help you see so many different circumstances, and can really truly help you see so many different feelings across the board. And you'll be able to open your eyes up a little bit more. I feel like deep people really do actually maybe observe a bit more, because we're more concerned with the contents of things, and we're actually looking at the true scope of things, because we're feeling so deeply that encourages us to look further and to look more deep into things, you know? It is beautiful to be a deep person. It is beautiful to feel things deeply. And we are creating representation for the sensitive girlies. Okay? And the emotional queens out there too. And men, for you too, if you're sensitive or emotional. It is completely fine. It's completely fine. It's so beautiful to feel things so deeply. We are blessed with feeling as one of our senses, and we are feeling things so deeply. We are so rich in enjoying and experiencing and loving. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. And so it's so amazing as well when we feel things back, because when we're receiving things and being reciprocative of actions and reactions and responses of other people, it's so nice to really enjoy that moment, to be so content with life, to be sitting around your friends, you're all doing something, you're just like, damn, like, I love these people. I love these people so, so much that I can't even put it to words. That is such a beautiful feeling. To be on my own and to be, I've cooked something and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like this tastes amazing. I am really enjoying this. Like, there's so many different examples. It is so beautiful to be a deep person. Do not shy away from the art of feeling things and to be caught up in that emotion, because not all emotion is a negative, and not all negative emotions too will forever remain negative. They always teach you something. To be a deep person is actually to understand that too. Be deep, be emotional. Emotional is not just crying, emotional is being so happy that you're dancing and you're just like, whoa. You know, there's so many different examples of it. And like I said, with the negative emotions that come too, it also requires work for you to help cope. You know, like I said, we feel things very deeply. So, as a negative aspect, you know, you feel sadness, you feel anger, you feel shame, you feel guilt so deeply, okay? That gives you a stepping stone to find ways to help cope, okay? For example, I'm just going to reference a bit of Christianity because it's a perfect example. Jesus knew that he was going to die from day dot, okay? He knew he was going to face so much suffering. So he had to train his nervous system to be able to cope. He had to adjust the nervous system to handle more. You too can adjust your coping mechanisms to handle more. You too can help find ways to help cope with how you're feeling. That is not a problem that you're feeling the negativity in the first place. It's how you choose to deal with it. That is aside from being a deep person. That's aside from anything. That's just all purely reflective of who you are as a person. Yes, you can feel, but how do you deal? Oh, sorry. Sorry, this is getting too good. I'm not gonna lie. Very, very key that you learn how to cope as well as learning how to feel. Because, like I said, there's the downside, there's the negatives, but how do you deal when you feel? I'm quoting that. I am quoting that. Okay. It is it is beautiful to be a deep person, and to start off, if you feel like you just take things on the chin and you don't always address things in the moment and you repress and you know, feel certain type of ways, feel more. Do things that bring out your true feeling, that bring out true happiness, bring out a true emotion. Hobbies, you know, events, everything. There's so many different ways. Be a deep person. Feel. This life is beautiful because we feel it. We are not experience no, we are not witnessing life. We experience it. We are in it. We are one of the people in this life. So we should enjoy being the character, being the person. And we can only enjoy it because enjoyment is a feeling. Feel. Feel, okay? This has literally got me going, not gonna lie. And my chair has squeaked at points, and whether I manage to clip out every single time it squeaks, I do not know because it's annoying me. But it's okay. It's completely okay. I am so grateful I've done this video, and I'm so happy because it's got me in a good mood anyways, and it's just highlighting that shouldn't be taboos on sensitivity and people that have a lot of emotions, because we're deep people. We feel things. It's completely fine. Okay? So that's why I had to make this video, because also this all represents me too. I wouldn't just make this video if I wasn't a deep person. I love feeling. I love just life itself. And even when I am not enjoying life, I feel that very deeply too. and that's okay too, you know. And I'm very sensitive. I'm not gonna lie, you know. I'm not gonna lie on that, but it's gonna be okay too. Okay, I am gonna end this here because I could talk about this all day. But just take some time, if you have to take any notes from this video, just take some time to at least find one thing that you know makes you feel so alive. Try to incorporate that more in day to day, or it's a once a week thing, whatever that may be, and feel alive. But thank you all for watching this. I'm so, so grateful, and I thank you all for tuning in. Okay, if you want more videos like this, comment down below, and I'm gonna go. Goodbye.